Night I prayed to God. I asked, could he please remove my enemies from my life? And before you know it, I started losing friends.
Somebody who you're around wants to clip your wings and shoot you down. But it's
Hey everyone, I'm Isabella. Today's TBB Thursday, and I'm doing my third episode. TBB Thursday. So in case you didn't watch last week's episode, I spoke about the early 90s baby, the 90s generation going to the upcoming generation now, and I spoke about social media. When to use social media, when not to use social media, because everything on there should not be like public on there. You shouldn't write about everything on there. Another thing I spoke about is there are positives and negatives to social media. And the last thing I spoke about is when to put yourself first and when not to put yourself first. So today I'm going to talk about friendship and parents. I'm going to tie those two topics in. My friends and I will also break it down on understanding friendship and the values of that. Thank you. Listen up. So the first aspect my friend is going to talk about today is going to be trust.
Hey, my name is David. I will be talking to you about trust and why it's important in friendships. Trust is obviously important. First thing I think about when I think about trust is the trust fall. I've had to do the trust fall. I can't even count how many times in different groups, for different camps. And what I've learned is the trust fall isn't too much about how strong the person who's catching you is. Because chances are the person who's catching has the ability to catch you. The real question is, does the person who's catching you want to catch you? And that's what you have to struggle with. And I think that's where the trust comes in, because if you know the person is willing to catch you, you know you're going to be caught. They have the ability, they have the strength to do it. It's not hard. But is this a person who wants to see you fall so they can laugh at you, or is this a person who wants to catch you? And I think that applies in relationships and in friendships. Because when you're able to see a person and say, wait, this person has my best interest at heart. This person will always be honest with me, even when it hurts me. Man, that's a blessing. And that's someone you can trust. And that's someone whom you can have a friendship with that will grow, that will meet challenges, that will, have its setbacks. But when that trust is there, this person has my best interest at heart. This person will always be honest with me, regardless of what my feelings might be. Man, that's a dime in a dozen. You don't find too many of those around here. So definitely, I think that's why trust is important. For communication, honesty, free-flowing, transparency, trust is important.
Second aspect of friendship, which is respect. So what do you think of when you hear respect? Okay, so what I think of when I hear the word respect, you can either gain it, you can earn it, or you can lose it. You can gain respect for a person by the way they think, they talk, they act towards you. When I was younger, I felt that in order for me to respect you, you had to respect me. I still think like that today, but you have to know that like respect is coming from both sides. You have to respect the other person in order to gain respect. You can't just expect that just because you're there, they're gonna respect you. Because some people may feel a type of way towards you and you don't understand why. So you have to also respect that. Like, people may not be comfortable telling you their business off the bat. Like, they're not like, oh yes, I did this, da da da, whatever. Like, you have to understand, like, it takes time, whatever. I'm the type of person, like, it takes me time to get to know a person in order for me to realize if I'm gonna trust that person or if I'm not. Like, I'm really picky, which is why I love the amount of friends that I have. I have like 4 or 5. And like, the less friends you have, the less drama it is. And I've learned that the hard way, but that's the truth. You have to understand, like, people have their ways of showing you respect. So if, for example, like in my household, it's a cultural thingy. If you walk inside the house, you have to greet everyone, like say good evening or good morning, because it's shown that you have respect for your elders. Hope you're still with us so far. So the third aspect my friend will talk about today is honesty. So listen up.
Hey guys, it's another episode of Truth by Bella. It's like nah, but today we're gonna be talking about honesty and friendships. My name is Mo Diggs and I love Jesus Christ. And so I was reading First Timothy chapter 2, and it talks about for kings and for all that are in authority, that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and honesty. For this is good and acceptable in the sight of God our Savior. And so I was reading that and I was just like, if our friendships or like anything in life that we have don't include godliness and honesty and aren't peaceable, then it's not acceptable in the sight of our God and our Savior. You know what I mean? And so it's like, if you have a friendship that isn't really based off honesty or is based off lies or is ungodly or it has a lot of confusion and commotion, because we all know that God is not the author of confusion, that it's not a friendship of God and you shouldn't have it. Or you need to pray over it and break those things that aren't of God, that are in the friendship.
Now I'm gonna talk about the word friend. And I'm sorry to say, but today the word friend's been used really lightly. And in my case, I use friend. Like I have a lot of associates, but I wouldn't call my associate a associate because that's kind of awkward. It puts you in an awkward position. So I use friend as a term that's understood, like in a way. But when I said I have 4 or 5 friends, like those are like people that I really like, they know me off the back of their hand and everything. And they know stuff about me that I wouldn't share with an associate. So you have to understand, like, you can't, just because someone's calling you their friend, you probably are not really their friend. Not saying that in a mean way, not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but it's the truth. Like, you can't go around calling everyone your friend because you never know. That person probably is trying to bring you down or trying to get you in trouble or something like that. So you can't be like everyone's your friend, because everyone is not your friend. I'm letting you know that everyone you meet is not your friend.
David, I will be talking to you about signs of a genuine friendship. Sign number 1, your friends will push us to be more accepting of ourselves. I think that's huge. In a genuine friendship, your friend likes the true you, the real you, not, the mask that you might put on, not the front or, the act that you're playing, but the real you, the you that's deep in there, the you find when you're all alone, the you that's itching to come out, but for some reason, whatever reason, society or pressures of the world have hid that you within the mask that you've put on. And a genuine friend sees the real you and loves the real you. And so with that friend, you find yourself so free. You realize that mask that you put on in this place, you don't put on with your friend, because you're afraid that other people may not like the real you. But with your friend, it's like, oh wait, yeah, I can be me, I can be free. And what you notice, what begins to happen, is when you spend time with that friend, you realize, wait, I like the way I am here, I like being me. And then you start going to the other place and you're like, you know what, I'm not going to change anymore, I'm going to be the real me. And that's why genuine friendships, they pull the real you out of you. And your friends basically push you to be more accepting of yourself, because around them, they want you, the real you, all your weaknesses, all your bad habits, all that, the real you. I don't know what happened. Anyways, sign number 2, they call us out when we're wrong. Man, one thing you need to be afraid of, is a friend who only says what you want to hear. Those friends, man, they are no good. They're no good. They're not even cheerleaders. You don't want friends like that. You want friends who will say, hey, what you're doing is messed up. This is what's going to happen if you keep doing this. And you hearing that might not change you, but hey, it might stick in the back of your mind, and somewhere down the line you might realize, you know what, this is probably a bad idea, and that might save you from a great deal of harm. But when you have cheerleaders who say, hey, oh, this is what you want to do, yeah, go ahead, and they see the danger ahead, but they won't tell you about it, yeah, those aren't the people you want in your corner. You want the people who are willing to give you the harsh words because they love you, because they care, and they want what's best for you to happen.
Of a genuine friendship is that they support us through adversity.
Support us through adversity. I agree with Maud. It's one thing to have friends who support you during times of success, but genuine friends are there when things are going up and down. When you're having your worst days, your best days, and you want to just go out, or you just want to cry. Your friend is a person you can cry to, a person you can hang out with, have a great time, but that's a sign of friendship. Like, they're there for you, they're like family, and family is important. So if you have a friend that you call your sister or brother, like, best believe that person is going to be there with you for a long time, because it's like you trust them in situations that you probably wouldn't trust others that you call your friend or just an associate.
They have our back even when life gets tricky.
So, for example, if you're out with your coworkers and you see a good friend, significant other flirting with someone else, what would you do? Would you just sit there and let it happen, not say nothing to your friend? If that was my situation, I would want my friend to tell me, and it will happen vice versa, because I will want to know, like, what's going on. I'm not saying that it'll be different weighing that option. If your friend doesn't like your significant other, you can talk about that, work that out. But if there's no hard feelings between them and they get along pretty fine, and I'm honestly believe my friend over my significant other, because your friends are around you for long, but your significant other can easily be replaced. Not saying that in a bad way, whatever, but it depends on your level of your relationship and how you feel about the situation. So everyone handles situations like that differently. So the greatest gift you can give a friend is your full attention. Make aware that you're there, and make sure they're aware that you're there also. Same thing vice versa. You can't expect people to be there for you when you're not there for them. True friends make their presence a priority in that friendship. A real friend stays with you in moments to pay attention to what you have to say, and also balance out the moments that they have also. So one way to have good friends with you now is not to always be on your phone when you're with them. Because if you're on the phone while you're hanging out with your friend, person have that quality friend time, that's rude. Like, you're basically saying F you. And if you're just going to stay on the phone whenever, you might as well talk to your friend over the phone instead of hanging out with them. But how many times have you had a conversation with someone and about like a topic that bothered you so much, and they revert to the topic being about them? Like, sometimes the venting moments and catching up sessions aren't quite as fulfilling. Conversations with real friends are never one side, it's two-sided. You have to be able to listen, have a two-way dialogue with another person, because it improves the relationship and the friendship that you have going on. You can't always have the focus on you. That's selfish. You have to understand that everyone goes through things, and they'll have their moments when they have to vent. And if your friend is not telling you things off the bat, like if they want to keep things away from you, you have to understand people take time and saying what's going on. Everyone's different. Everyone doesn't have the same personality. That's the word. They don't have the same personality, so it takes time for them to talk about something. So don't always pressure your friends into doing something. So shout outs to all my friends that I have. I love you guys, and hope you watch this video, and stay tuned on what's coming up next real quick.
And we've been riding since 6th grade.
See you next week for TBB's Thursday. And today is TBB's Thursday. Hope you don't forget that. But I'm going to talk about different topics. You guys need to give me more topics so I can talk about it. And also, I wouldn't mind getting other people's opinions about some topics that they want to talk about. I will contact some people. You can send me a video submission, and I can have a conversation with you on a certain topic that you want to talk about. So let me know. Contact me on truthbybella.com or hit up my Instagram at b_hunterx3. Also, you can write me on Facebook at Isabella Hunter. All right, bye.